Douglas and I founded our investment consulting firm 8 years ago, building it into a highly profitable enterprise that managed over $50 million in private corporate portfolios. I handled the core technology infrastructure, keeping our proprietary trading algorithms and client data pipelines completely secure, while Douglas managed the client relationships and external venture capital funds. As our firm grew, Douglas's greed grew exponentially with it. He began demanding a larger share of the performance bonuses, claiming that bringing in new capital was far more valuable than maintaining the underlying software architecture. That I refused to alter our original 50-50 equal partnership charter. That is when Douglas decided to eliminate me from the firm entirely. While I was away out of state for a week attending a national financial compliance summit, Douglas saw his window of opportunity to execute a hostile corporate takeover. He ordered a corrupt administrative clerk to access our secure document repository and manually upload a fraudulent amendment using an old digital scan of my signature from an expired insurance document to authorize the change. When the liquidators arrived on Monday morning, Douglas believed he had executed a flawless corporate maneuver. He showed me the altered digital agreements, stated that my equity was legally void, and gave me 15 minutes to pack my personal belongings and leave the high-rise premises. He smiled as he informed me that the offshore investment fund had already wired the final asset transfer to a shell company registry based in the British Virgin Islands, telling me that a simple data programmer stood zero chance against a corporate legal team. Douglas assumed I would panic, hire a standard civil probate or business lawyer, and spend years drowning in bankrupting litigation while he lived in luxury abroad. He completely failed to understand that when your entire business relies on digital bank feeds and cloud servers, you should never pick a fight with a security engineer. I walked straight to my car, opened my laptop, tethered it to my secure mobile network, and logged directly into an off-site, decentralized backup matrix that I had legally established under an open-source development license before ever partnering with his firm. When a corrupt executive tries to steal your lifetime of hard work, you do not look for a compromise. You execute a complete forensic audit of their entire digital footprint. I initiated a deep dive comparison between the corporate amendments Douglas used to terminate my contract and the hidden, unalterable server event database logs. Because our firm's internal network automatically timestamps and records the unique hardware MAC address of any terminal making a data entry, the truth was instantly visible. The fraudulent partnership amendment had never been signed using my physical security key or my verified digital certificate. The server event trail proved that the document was uploaded at 3 a.m. on a Sunday morning from a single computer terminal located inside Douglas's personal downtown penthouse. He had directly forged the digital signatures and manually overwritten our original equal equity operational records. But my forensic analysis uncovered an even more devastating corporate crime. While tracking Douglas's user profile history across the global banking network feeds, I discovered a hidden database protocol he had established to alter the compliance reporting metrics for over 20 high-net-worth client accounts. For 3 straight years, Douglas had been inflating the automated management fees by 2%, routing the excess millions into a shell company registry based in Switzerland. He wasn't just trying to steal my firm. He had been systematically embezzling money from our primary corporate clients and hiding the transactions from federal regulators. That I compiled the unassailable network event logs, the matching penthouse IP address tracking records, the forged signature metadata, and the complete Swiss invoicing scheme into an ironclad corporate compliance dossier. I bypassed local authorities completely and delivered this data packet directly to the Securities and Exchange Commission Fraud Task Force, the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, and the Criminal Investigation Department of the Department of Justice. The corporate and federal counterstrike was absolute, instantaneous destruction. On Wednesday afternoon, Douglas was hosting a private luncheon at an upscale restaurant with the executives of the offshore investment fund, preparing to toast the final multi-million-dollar asset acquisition. Before the main course could be served, 2 federal agents accompanied by financial fraud investigators entered the dining room. They served Douglas and the corporate legal team with an immediate federal-level emergency injunction that instantly halted the asset transfer, suspended his financial management license, and placed a hard freeze on his private shell accounts, blocking the multi-million-dollar wire transfer in transit. When Douglas tried to claim that the database logs were circumstantial, the federal prosecutors presented the digital signature metadata showing the exact timestamps matching his personal penthouse network usage. The offshore fund executives, horrified to find themselves entangled in a high-level federal criminal conspiracy, instantly voided the acquisition papers, canceled the deal, and turned over all their personal emails with Douglas to the prosecution team. The fallout completely obliterated Douglas's financial career and personal freedom. The federal court fast-tracked our partnership lawsuit, and within 2 weeks, a judge officially declared the fraudulent amendment completely void, permanently stripping Douglas of his board position and his remaining 50% shares due to a standard bad faith clause in our original corporate charter. I was granted sole absolute control of the investment firm and all underlying software patents. That Douglas's private assets were fully liquidated to pay back the millions he stole from the client portfolios. He is currently serving a significant federal sentence for wire fraud, identity theft, and corporate embezzlement. Douglas wanted to use a rigged corporate rule to steal my business, and he ended up losing his status, his wealth, and his freedom.